America, we got to get back to doing what's expected of us as free citizens in this democracy. That means being tolerant, being respectful, staying informed, and being engaged. I'm former Congressman Joe Walsh. Follow me here and join the millions of Americans who are renewing their social contract with each other. The social contract, it's on us. Hey, former Congressman Joe Walsh with you this morning. Thanks for joining. Hello, TikTok. Not feeling real well, real good this morning. Under the weather. Caught myself a nasty cold. Couple things, just a couple things, two, three things I want to get off my chest this morning. And thank you, everybody, for tuning in to the Social Contract with Joe Walsh. Again, you've got just a plethora, right, of places you can go out there to be informed, to kind of keep up with what's going on. I'm not the kind of daily show where, you know, I'm gonna give you the details of what's happening every day. I'm not a news program. I'm gonna tell you 2 to 3 things each and every day that I think are really fucking important, that matter, that I want you to think about, that I want to think about. Because I love this country and I worry for where this country is right now. Let me start like this. Let me start with something I've said often. The beauty, the absolute beauty of Donald Trump is this. Because he's so bad and so corrupt and so lawless and so ignorant and so cruel and so dishonest and so narcissistic. Again, the beauty of Trump, because he's such a horrible human being, he's forcing us in real time to decide what kind of country we want to be, what kind of people we want to be. We can't look the other way with Trump. We can't say we'll talk about it in a year or two. No, with Trump, he puts his badness, his horribleness in front of us every day, forcing us to decide. What kind of people do we want to be? Do we want to be a country that supports Putin or a country that supports Ukraine? Do we want to be a nation of laws or not? Do we want to be a democracy or do we want to be ruled by a dictator, a king? Trump's forcing us to answer these questions in real time. What kind of a people do we want to be? Do we want to be the country, the kind of country that has a government that can just snatch anybody off the streets in this country? Just snatch them off the streets, apprehend them, detain them against their will, hold them without any formal charges coming down. Is that the kind of country we want to be? We have to answer that because that's what Trump is doing right now. We have to answer that in real time because, my friends, my MAGA brothers and sisters, this kind of shit is happening in this country right now, every single day. Every single day in America right now. See, the beauty of Trump is it ain't a hypothetical. It's happening right now. Right now in Trump's America, our government is grabbing people anywhere, off the street, at their home, at their workplace, grabbing them, detaining them, holding them. Many the government is trying to deport, all without any formal charges at all. That's happening right now. It's happening to people here on a student visa. It's happening to people, permanent legal residents of America. It's happening to people in this country illegally. It's happening to American citizens. It's happening right now. So we have to decide right now. Are we down with this? Is this the kind of America we want to be? It's happening to American citizens. Just 2 days ago, an American citizen, a lawyer out of Detroit, Amir Makhled, came back from the Dominican Republic with his family, flew into Detroit from the Dominican, went through security. Wife, 2 kids, all got through security. But Amir, an American citizen, was detained at the airport, at the Detroit airport, by our immigration officials, detained and held for 90 minutes. What did he do? Nothing. What crime did he break? None. What charges were filed against him? None. This was an American citizen who came back into this country from vacation with his family, and our government, against his will, held him. Is this, again, MAGA, right? MAGA, applaud. Like this, thump that MAGA chest. Boom, boom, boom. Is this the kind of America we want to have? We want to be? Is this the kind of people we want to be? Is this the kind of government we want to be ruled by? Amir Makhled is a lawyer. He's an American citizen. And when our government over the weekend on Sunday detained him against his will for 90 minutes, they tried to get his phone. They demanded to see his phone. He wouldn't give up his phone. They demanded to see all of his communications with all of his clients. Our government did. Now, this guy, Amir, he's a lawyer. He knew his shit. He knew that they couldn't detain him for much longer. He knew, and he said that they could actually seize his phone, but they couldn't seize it permanently. Amir knew the law. So he sat there politely as our government tried to get his phone, tried to access his phone, and tried to get a hold of his client list. What did Amir Makhled do, this American citizen? What was so egregious that our government detained him against his will? This American citizen, Amir has represented protesters, student protesters at the University of Michigan, pro-Palestinian student protesters. That was Amir's crime. He represented people that the Trump administration doesn't like. So the Trump administration snatched up at an airport and detained against his will an American citizen. I don't have the energy to say this is outrageous. I don't have the energy this morning because I don't feel well to say, my God, this is not the kind of America I want to live in. A lawyer, an American citizen. MAGA, defend this. A lawyer who's defended a bunch of pro-Palestinian protesters. A lawyer, an American citizen who's defended students who don't like Israel. And our government, the Trump administration, targeted him 2 days ago. An American citizen tried to grab his phone to see all of his communications with his clients. This is all part of the Trump administration's attack, going after lawyers and law firms who work for clients who disagree with Trump administration policy. Again, simple question. Is this the kind of fucking America you want to live in, right? You happy with this, right? Because our government doesn't like the clients that a lawyer represents. Our government can detain that lawyer, can hold that lawyer. Surprised our government didn't try to deport this American citizen. This kind of stuff is going on every day. This was just at the Detroit airport 2 days ago. Pretty consistent with Donald Trump going after law firms, trying to break law firms who represent people that the Trump administration does not like. Is there anybody who, again, the beauty of Trump, we get to decide the kind of country we want to live in, the kind of people we want to be. Well, I ask you, MAGA, is this the kind of country you want to live in? And I need to warn you, MAGA, that if you say this is perfectly cool, like if MAGA Trump supporters stand up and say, Joe, I'm fine living in this kind of government, in this kind of country. I'm fine having my government go after lawyers who represent Israel-hating clients. I'm fine with that, Joe. Go ahead, grab these lawyers, detain these lawyers, even if they're American citizens. I'm fine with that, Joe. If that's how you feel, Trump supporter, if that's the kind of America you want to live in, Trump supporter, then I just need to remind you one more time, understand what you're saying. If you're okay with the Trump administration grabbing an American citizen at the airport, a lawyer, and holding him because he represents pro-Palestinian clients, and you're okay with our government grabbing him and trying to access all his communication with his clients, MAGA, if you're okay with that, then I just need to remind you, MAGA, then you've got to be okay with the next Democratic president grabbing lawyers at the airport who represent pro-Israel clients, grabbing Republican lawyers and detaining them and holding them and trying to access their communications with their clients. You got to be okay with Democratic presidents doing that here in America, going after people that you like. The feds tried to take his phone. His family sat there. Did I tell you he's an American citizen? His family sat there for 90 minutes while the government held their husband, their dad. And his only crime was he represented people that the Trump administration does not like. And so I ask you, everybody, this Tuesday morning, raise your hands. What kind of a country do you want to live in? Is this the kind of country you want to live in? Is this the kind of power, the kind of unconstitutional power you want to give your government? And I remind everybody what I've said for the past 60, 90 days. If you're okay denying due process to certain people, if you're okay with that, if you're okay denying due process to people here on the student visas, to green card holders, to people in this country illegally, to people here legally claiming asylum. If you're okay with our government denying due process to these people, well, then damn it, you better be okay with our government denying due process to you, because it's coming. Wake the fuck up. Wake the fuck up. Shouldn't be a surprise at all, shouldn't be a shocker at all that American citizens, this dude, this lawyer, Amir Makhled in Detroit, was an American citizen. Shouldn't it all be a surprise that American citizens are now being apprehended? Hey, issue number 2. Coffee, by the way, guys. Issue number 2. No single person in the world should have the power that Trump's got right now when it comes to these tariffs. No single person in the whole world should have the power, the unilateral power to say, I'm going to implement 34% tariffs here, 50% tariffs against Europe, 90% tariffs against Canada. No single person in the world should have that power, should have that kind of power to dictate trade around the world, to fuck with the world economy. The power that Trump has right now. No single person, no matter where you are on these tariffs, and I think tariffs suck. Tariffs are tax increases on all of you, MAGA. Tariffs will make everything you buy more expensive, MAGA. I think tariffs suck. I believe in free trade. I believe in free markets. I believe in free speech. I believe in freedom. But no matter where you stand on tariffs, this is fucked up. Think about it. One man, one person right now is deciding world trade. One person right now, every day, one single person is completely fucking with the world economy. One single person right now, Donald Trump, by decreeing tariffs at certain levels against certain countries. I declare a tariff against China, a 50% tariff. UK, Germany, 39% tariff. And boom, and boom, and boom, and boom, and boom. One person, one person's whims, one person's feelings, one person's emotions, one person's fucked up beliefs is driving right now the economy, trade of the entire world. And I guess what I'm saying, everybody, TikTok, no single person in the entire world should have the power, should have this kind of power that Trump has right now. No single person to drive the stock market like a yo-yo up and down, to deplete your 401k, your retirement account, to just utterly deplete your retirement account. One single person, Donald Trump, has that power right now. Think about it. Again, put your thoughts on his tariffs aside for a moment. Just take a look at what's going on right now in just the last week. Since Trump came out last week and announced his crazy-ass tariffs. One person, Donald Trump, is deciding how the entire world economy is going to shake out. One person right now is dictating the structure of trade around the world. One person is driving up or driving down US markets and markets around the world. One single person. That's wrong. Person has that power. No single person should have that power. Certainly not in America. No American should have that power. No American president should have that power. But this president, this American president, has this single power to fuck with the American economy and the world economy because Congress has given it to him. Congressional Republicans have given it to him. Congressional Republicans have laid down and given Trump the power to lay down tariffs, the tariff power that the president doesn't have. Congress has the constitutional authority to enact tariffs, not the president. The president is doing this. Why? Because Congress is letting him. Because congressional Republicans, about 3 months ago, stood in front of the world and said, we no longer take an oath to defend the Constitution of the United States. No, 3 months ago, congressional Republicans said, we take an oath, we swear to defend Donald Trump. Screw the Constitution. Congressional Republicans have pledged undying fealty to Donald Trump. Congress, everything Trump's doing right now, this crazy unilateral power that he's exercising, it's all because Congress has given it to him. Republicans, congressional Republicans. Shame on them, right? Shame on them. Congress could stop what Trump's doing, depleting your 401k. Congress could stop this in a nanosecond. Congress could stop this afternoon, like that. Just take back their authority, revoke everything Trump's doing. Congress could do that, but they won't. They won't. All indications are congressional Republicans, as nervous as they are politically, because regular average Americans, working class Americans, MAGA, 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 are being hurt by these tariffs, and it's only going to get worse. And there are about 7 Senate Republicans who've voiced interest in stopping what Trump is doing with his tariffs, but they need 13 more in the Senate, and I don't think they're going to find them. And in the House, man, those House Republicans, they're on their knees every day kissing Trump's feet. This is so fucked up. America. One person we've given, Congress has given this single power to declare tariffs on, off, at whatever level, all over the world. Shame on congressional Republicans. And all I can say to everybody listening to me today, when you're looking for something constructive to do, just call Senate Republicans and tell them to take back their constitutional authority on tariffs. Tell them to take it back away from Trump. Call Senate Republicans and just tell Senate Republicans Donald Trump is not a king. Donald Trump should not have this power. Congress has this power. Be useful, be productive, American people. Call Senate Republicans. Call as many Senate Republicans as you can. Tell them to take back their constitutional authority before this one single madman puts our economy into recession. But again, the higher principle here, guys, think about this. Just think about this today. No matter where you are politically, no matter where you stand on tariffs, do you want to remember Trump is forcing us in real time? What kind of a country do we want to live in? What kind of a people do we want to be? Do you want to live in a country where one single person can dictate our entire economy? One single person can make decisions that dictate the makeup of the world economy? You want to live in that kind of country? Final thought here. I don't want to live in the country either where there's a military parade, a big military parade in Washington, D.C. in honor of dear leader. This kind of shit they do in North Korea. This is the kind of shit they do in Russia and China. Donald Trump supposedly has requested a big military parade in Washington, D.C. to honor the dear leader, to honor our dear dictator, and to honor his 79th birthday. He's requested a huge military parade in Washington, D.C. Our leader, our dictator, our king has, to honor himself. To which the American people should say, fuck no. We don't do that here. We don't have military parades honoring our dear leaders in this country. Again, that's the kind of shit they do in Russia and China and North Korea. Not here. Not here. Let us hope that people around Trump, let us hope that congressional Republicans will at least whisper to Trump and say, sir, dear leader, even if they say it on their knees, even if congressional Republicans get down on their knees and say, dear sir, we don't have military parades honoring our presidents in this country. We don't do that here, sir. Hey, thank you for listening, everybody. I apologize that I don't feel real well. A couple things. Have go to oneflaginitiative.org. Go to oneflaginitiative.org. There's the website, oneflaginitiative.org. That's all one word. Join me embracing this American truth. No kings in America. I change my profile pics everywhere. Join me in the No Kings movement. Go to oneflaginitiative.org. Thank you. You want to shoot me an email about anything, shoot me an email. The Social Contract with Joe Walsh at gmail.com. All one word again. The Social Contract with Joe Walsh at gmail.com. Shoot me an email. By the way, I'm traveling the country these days, having face-to-face conversations with Americans, face-to-face conversations with Americans of all viewpoints. Do we want to stay together as a people? Can we stay together as one country? I'm having conversations all over the country. If you want me to come to your neck of the woods and have a conversation with you and your friends, no matter what your political viewpoint is, I'm talking to Americans. I'm listening to Americans of all viewpoints. Shoot me an email. Tell me to come to your town, your neighborhood, your community, and let's have a conversation, face-to-face conversations. This is what we've got to do more of in America. We don't do enough of it. Shoot me an email, thesocialcontractwithjoewalsh@gmail.com. thesocialcontractwithjoewalsh, all one word, @gmail.com. I'll come to your community, your neighborhood, and we'll have a conversation about this country we all love. Thanks for listening, everybody. Don't forget to check out my Substack, Social Contract with Joe Walsh. Check out my Substack, Social Contract with Joe Walsh. Thanks for listening, everybody. Be brave. Be brave.
Thank you for listening. Remember to listen, share, and follow The Social Contract with Joe Walsh on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and everywhere great podcasts are found. And be sure to leave a 5-star review. This has been The Social Contract